Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at XCN. Okay, we'll take a look at the charts as well, see where we're trading in terms of price action, and we'll also reassess my updated targets for this sort of super cycle coming up. But first and foremost, I just want to dive into some of the sort of conspiracy theories out there. Obviously, people are going to naturally turn to, chat GPT ultimately, or some other sort of language model like DeepSeek, okay, which is a new one. They're basically typing in, has JP Morgan got any sort of affiliation, any sort of partnership with Onyx coin? Okay, obviously it's going to come up no, because there isn't any public records that this is the case, and sometimes you just got to read between the lines and use your common sense. Now, in my view, JP Morgan are going to some extreme lengths in order to sort of conceal this project, and this is why the price action on the XCN token has absolutely flown up. Yeah, I think it's over 20x since it actually got going. Now, what I want to bring your attention to is this is Connexes. Okay, so this was a rebrand from Onyx. So it went from Onyx over to Connexes by JP Morgan, and that rebrand article was there published on jpmorgan.com, the official website. They are stipulating they've rebranded, and they are basically poised to accelerate the adoption of blockchain technology and tokenization into mainstream financial services. Now, what I want to highlight is this is what they're getting up to, yeah? Tokenize, move, and use assets as collateral. So this is what they're doing. Real world assets, they are collateralizing. Now, funnily enough, I like to speculate. So this isn't factual, guys, okay, before you shoot me down. So this is collateral network. I believe we are looking at exchange collateral network, XCN. Yeah, I basically was stipulating as well earlier today that, there is a strong possibility that, where are we now? Maybe down here. So yeah, let's just highlight this. In fact, JP Morgan in daily payments process. This is data taken back from 2023, so it's probably more by now. 9.8 trillion. So JP Morgan are not going to tell everybody that they're in affiliation with XCN. And this is what I was speculating this morning. So I was looking into basically the financial asset market, which deals with equities, bonds. That's worth over 200 trillion. Yeah. So not only are you processing this on a daily basis, this is a total asset worth over 200 trillion. So this is absolutely massive. So I put exchange credit note, which is basically a receipt that you own part of these sort of equity markets, if you will. Okay, I've looked into this further. Okay, just to see if there was any sort of any sort of affiliation. But for me, it's exchange collateral network. XCN, yeah, that's what I'm going with anyway. So, on to other news as well. So, we all know that Justin Sun and HTX will be receiving, I think it's 500 million XCN tokens, which needs to be locked up for 2 years. Okay, so there's no chance that they're going to be dumping those tokens on the market. So this procedure is already queued. It's already been agreed. The vote has already been won in their favor. So we're just waiting for execution now. You can see over here on the Onyx app, you got a time which is executable in 18 hours, 43 minutes at the time of recording. Okay, so that will be going ahead. Now, just to set your expectations as well with Onyx, as always, I like to use XRP as a sort of measuring tool as to where sort of cryptos can go in terms of utility coins. Yeah, so for example, like XDC, XLM, even XCN for this matter, which we're covering in today's video, I'd like to see potentially where these cryptos could get up to in comparison to where XRP got up to in its first ever super cycle, where it got up to as high as $3.82, I believe, on Coinbase back in 2017-18 cycle. And here I have it. So XRP at all-time high. So we're currently trading at 3 cent 8 here. If we was to do equivalent of $3.82, we're looking at 159x your money. Okay, and that would put one unit at $5.94. Yeah, people are probably trading, especially me, between 3 cent 4 cent. Do you know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, guys, this is absolutely nothing, because it does show here that there's potential that we can hit these figures. Okay, it's not guaranteed, but there's a strong possibility we can get somewhere close, even if we just do 50% of that. Yeah, even if we just do an ATX 80x on your money at this stage in this sort of bull cycle would be absolutely massive. So 80x would blow my mind. I'd be more than happy with a 30x, never mind an 80x. And like I say, we are on track for this sort of figure. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely massive. So let's just come over to the charts here. So do you know where we're talking about? Where basically we're being concealed. The rebrand with JP Morgan from Onyx over to Kinexys. That all happened on the 6th. So I'm on the hourly at the moment. So let's go into the daily. Look where we was around the 6th. We're literally at the bottom. Yeah, 5th, 6th. Started to get going a little bit on US elections. So we're around here. We are literally at pretty much the bottom. Yeah, in 2024 cycle. Literally, that's probably the best optimum place to get in to your crypto position, because even if you got entered down here right at the very bottom, you still have to wait from October 23 up until November of last year to really get going. So there's a long wait. If you're getting in here, you're literally pretty much at the bottom before you actually run up this significant coin. It's run up over 20x. So it's funny how they rebrand stuff, and basically in my mind they have been going stealth all this time, and they've been building a basically quantum sort of financial token. Okay, so this is Chain, and we all know that Onyx is basically the primary settlement token on Chain. Okay, so a little bit of history about Chain anyway. So Chain is basically a blockchain technology company on a mission to enable a smarter and more connected economy. Okay, underpin transformative financial products and Web3 services. It's actually founded in 2014. So Chain actually raised over 40 million in funding from all of these companies here. So they're all big. They're all big boys. Yeah, Citigroup, massive in the liquidity. Yeah, they're one of the 6 sort of liquidity providers when it comes to market makers. Yeah, so if there's going to be an influx of money, it's probably going to be these guys, and these guys are going to have all kinds of connections. We've got Nasdaq there as well, which is obviously affiliation with like JP Morgan and BlackRock. So there is an affiliation. So these guys, JP Morgan and BlackRock, they use these sort of companies, especially like Citigroup, etc., to basically conceal their intentions and actually to fund the infrastructure in which XCN will ultimately be providing the liquidity for, okay, within the infrastructure. Now, this is also interesting as well. So in 2018, Stellar, which was basically a spin-off of XRP's Ripple, because we all know that Jed McCaleb was one of the 3 engineers that actually created the XRP ledger. So you don't think he's got the knowledge and the expertise to improve on the XRP ledger. Yeah, he's built XRP ledger from the ground up with Joel Katz and Arthur Britto as well. Those 3 basically were the architects. Now, he's gone off, created Stellar. Stellar have obviously seen potential in this. So Stellar acquired Chain, okay, to form Interstellar, a commercial arm of the Stellar Foundation. However, in 2020, Chain was reacquired by these big boys. Yeah. So they're all in it. They're all in bed with one another. Yeah. They all give each other, do you know what I mean? It's all part of a massive sort of money sort of laundering. What they get up to, do you know what I mean? Lending Peter, lending Paul. They can muddy the waters, yeah, and disguise any sort of traces in terms of their business activity. These are the best. They've got the best lawyers, the best accountants. They've got the best tech guys. They've basically got the money to fund the best people in the world. So don't tell me they can't conceal any of the information or the sort of works they're actually working on behind the scenes. Okay, so basically the mission was to build the most robust global financial system through BT. Yeah, blockchain technology. So it's absolutely massive. And there you go, all the affiliations. State Street are obviously massive. Yeah, so they're using it. Again, we've got Citi, we've got Visa as well. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, the sort of 3 biggest sort of payment sort of retail gateways, if you will. Everyone's got Visa and MasterCard over in Europe. American Express in America. I don't know what Americans tend to use. You tell me, guys, in the comment section. So yeah, some massive sort of news. However, let's get over to the exciting part now. So let's take a look now. What I've done is here, I've actually taken this over to a new platform, a new exchanges with the data, because we have got some new highs coming in here. So what I would like to do is stretch this up to the high, again with the fibs, catching the highs, and we're also going to catch the lows down here as well. So let's just mark this out here. So I would say around that sort of section. Now, look at where XCN is trading now. I'll just go over into the smaller time frame just to get a better picture of you guys. So we've had a little bit of a sort of dip here because we've been as high as up to about 3839 today, maybe a little bit higher. You know, we touched 4 cent, then we're seeing a rejection. You know, no big deal. We're coming back down and we have got this sort of level of support now. So if this holds, obviously we're looking at getting up to this next fib level. So this next fib level here, once we scroll out onto the 4 hour, shall we say, let's go on to the daily. Because what we want to do is we want to read these numbers here. So 5 cent 7, in my opinion, let's drag that down a tad. I'll say 5 cent 5 is a sort of obstacle that we're going to be running into now. So yeah, we might get a bounce off that diagonal support line around 3 cent 7. Then I do expect us to bounce and get up to about 5.5. Once we do overcome 5.5, I do expect us now to start getting up to these daily highs. I initially thought the daily high was up at around 8 cent 5 when I was using the previous charts, just because it had less data. Now we've got the all-time high on the charts. All-time high is up around 18 cents. So as soon as we start overcoming 5 cent 5, we can really rally up to 18 cents. So I'm not looking at taking profits anytime soon. All-time high up there around 18 cents, say. We're looking at around 430% gains, guys. So it's literally just a case now of hodling the bag for the Onyx. Okay, just ignore short-term sort of price action from day to day. You know, we're going to get fake outs, going to get flush outs, because we do have to get marching here. Now, in terms of targets, we did have 160 played out on the previous sort of data sets. But look at this number here. This is the first sort of fib target after we surpass 18 cent. So once we go into price discovery, guys, we are looking at getting up to $5.61. And that is according to the Fibonacci extension tool, which is at a 1618. Now, if we was to rally up from current price action all the way up here, you can see the gains. Almost 1,600%. Okay, higher, 16,000%. 16,000%. So that's approximately 160x. Yeah, brings us out at $5.61. Funnily enough, this is what XCN will be trading at if it got up to the sort of highs of XRP, equivalent to XRP being at 382. Okay, so there you have it. There's a lot of confluence there in terms of, the sort of market cap we can obtainably get to. It's 594. Guys, we could be looking at $5.61 for XCN. So these are going to be my first sort of targets. I am going to be taking profits around 17, 18 cents just prior to that all-time high. So what I would imagine, guys, playing out now is some sort of cup and handle. So I'll be looking at getting up to the highs now. So like I said, just ignore this FUD now. Let's see if we can get the tool out. So what I'll be looking at doing, in fact, I'll just use this sort of pathway here. So I'll be looking at getting up to highs. Maybe we'll even fall short around sort of 10 cent, yeah, up to, because this looks like a little head and shoulder pattern here. So even up to sort of 10 cent, anywhere between 10 and 18 cent. Yes, it sounds like a lot, but it's literally a 2x movement when we get up to here. So for argument's sake, I'm looking at playing out like a cup and handle, guys, yeah. Once we get the cup and handle, it is literally, we'll probably, ping pong around here for a little bit. And then once the time comes, it will literally be on a moon mission then to complete the all-time high. So this is what I'm saying, guys. We could see a bit of a reversal here, maybe at 18 cent back down to 5.5 cent, which is our next level. So something along these lines, guys, is what I'm looking for. Again, I won't be expecting the run up from 18 cent to 5.60 up until at least sort of April, May. We have just had the Fed meeting. So, we're looking at pausing rates now up until at least 17th, 18th of March is when the next sort of Fed meeting is. Once we do start looking at rate cuts again, obviously we can get going. But if we could get up to, say, 18 cent, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. So, that's a decent wedge already to begin with. So let's just double check those gains. So up to 18 cent, we're talking about a 5x there, 400%. So 5x your money, maybe take some off, take some profits. but I certainly won't be taking any profits around here, nor will I be taking any profits around 5 cent 5. I could look at re-entering. Like I say, if I do take profits at 17, 18 cent, I would be looking at a correction back down to this fib level. I'll probably rebuy in at around, just shy of 6 cent, just to make sure that I catch that wave, because the last thing I want to do is miss this run up back to 18 cent, then ultimately into price discovery when the markets are going absolutely wild. Okay, guys, but yeah, that is my price target for this cycle. That is $5.60, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If it was helpful, make sure to like, share, comment. Do what you got to do. As always, I've been the Block Ball. Until next time, the Block Ball is over and out.